Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of The Nerd Herders. I'm Nick.
I'm Rich.
And today we got Pitch It, Stream It, Play It.
Yep.
This weekly segment we do.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes we do all three of those things, sometimes we do just one.
Yep.
But this week
Yep.
we've got two.
Two? Okay, the third one this time? Okay.
I mean, I haven't totally played it yet.
Okay.
And you were supposed to give me a list of games to give you.
Alright, well, whatever, we'll do it next time.
Alright.
So we got what do we got first?
Pitch It.
Pitch It, alright.
Alright, so
I think it's Stream It, Pitch It, Play It.
Alright, we're gonna stream it.
Let's stream it.
Let's stream it.
Because I think it's actually on the thumbnail, it's going to say Stream
It's
It,
whatever
Pitch It,
we
Play
want it to be.
That's true, whatever. Yeah, alright, you want to pitch it first?
No, we'll stream it.
Okay, we'll stream it.
So, stream it.
Uh-huh.
Every week we choose something that's streaming on Netflix. For now, we're just going with Netflix.
Sometimes, usually.
Yeah, there's a few wild cards. We'll see how much longer. I mean, Netflix only has they have a big catalog. They don't have a big catalog of movies that we both haven't seen that are worth recommending.
Those Adam Sandler movies, though, man.
It's coming. Ridiculous 6. Woo woo. But anyway, we choose a movie off Netflix, we give it to each other, and then we talk about what we thought about it.
Yep.
So last week, I gave you Election, which you had already
seen. Which I have seen.
But you said you'd watch it again, and I was like, alright. That's the problem, we don't really know.
Yeah, but we try to coordinate a little bit.
But and you gave me a task of watching the first 4 episodes of Death Note.
That was a task. Oh, this is going to go well.
So do you want to go first or me?
I mean, I'll go first.
Okay.
Because
a movie you'd already seen.
Because I didn't actually rewatch it.
Okay.
Because I'd seen it.
Awesome.
And I had a lot of stuff going on, but I can tell you what I think about Election.
Okay.
I enjoy it. I think Matthew Broderick and Reese Witherspoon are both great in it. I wish Matthew Broderick would do more stuff now. Like, I mean, I've always liked him, but I wish he was kind of in more things other than in Trainwreck for like 2 seconds.
The worst part of that movie.
But yeah, it's good. It's fun. Definitely, if you haven't seen Election, worth your time.
Alexander Payne film.
That's right.
One of my favorites from him. All right, cool. Check it out. Good. All right. So I watched the first 4 episodes of Death Note. So Death Note. Who's the creator? Do you know?
I don't know.
I thought you would know this.
No, I don't know that.
All right. So first of all, what is your connection to Death Note?
My connection or my thoughts on it? My connection?
I mean, why did you give me this?
Okay.
You have a love of this?
I, for the most part, I really like it.
Okay. It's like what, like 37 episodes total or something?
Something like that. One of the earlier, no, not earlier, but one of the animes I got into in my more, I guess, adult
right. And this
years.
is what I meant. You're way more into anime than I am.
Yeah, I'm even not.
You're not like a super.
I'm not super into it, but I enjoy it. But this was kind of one of the big ones I got into once I was a little older and kind of saw it differently as like, oh, just here's the things that are on Toonami, and here's this, and Sailor Moon and Dragon Ball Z, and like that was kind of your Pokemon. That was your anime stuff growing up.
Right. Yeah.
So this is kind of one of the ones that I got into. I think a friend of mine had actually recommended me watch it. I really like it up until the last arc of the series.
So it doesn't end that well?
Okay, so the ending, the final episode, I really like. The final episode is great, but the last sort of arc, like story arc of the series, I don't think is very good or very interesting.
So it's kind of also like Trainwreck, just like Matthew Broderick.
But up to that point, I really like it. I think it's a really interesting kind of show, like cat and mouse, and so I'm curious to hear.
Okay,
I know you're not super into.
The thing about it, you got people who just will flat out just say like, I'm not into anime.
Yeah.
I'm not into manga. I'm not into, any of that. I'm not one of those people. I have nothing against it at all. There are a lot of Asian influenced things that I do love. But here's the thing, and I'm going to explain why I probably won't finish this show either, or why it's not going to lead me into watching all these other shows I've always heard was great.
Oh, that's fair.
And first of all, the reason for that is, like, already I'm overwhelmed with my interest. To the point where it's like I love watching all these different shows and watching all these movies and playing all these games, and it's becoming increasingly harder to find time to accommodate all of that, to get another thing that I love into it. Not just that show, but in general, like the whole
if you
I
get
know they're
mad,
missing out on a lot of great stuff,
Yeah.
but I just, like,
That's
I
fair.
started, getting older, and I start thinking about, like, we did a movie theater etiquette thing, and one of the things we said is, like, don't take your baby to the movie.
Yeah.
And, you start thinking about it, like, once, like, kids are in the picture, like, how the hell am I going to fit all the things that I like to do into the picture?
Don't have kids.
It's going to get harder and harder and harder. And so I can't, but I actually really like the premise of the show. I know they're going to be making an American movie about it, but, like, so basically, main character, Light,
Yeah.
gets this, he gets a thing, like a
notebook.
notebook, that whatever name you write in it, a name of a person, as long as, and they set up some really cool rules about how it works.
It's like the name of the person.
But you have to be able to visualize their face. It can't just be, so, like, basically that rules out, if, I was to write Rich Belson and there was another Rich Belson, that Rich Belson wouldn't die. What happens is you write them down and then they die, and if you don't specify a reason, they die from a heart attack.
You can time it, don't they say?
You can time it. You can write, I think you have, like, they set up early on that you have, like, 40-second, you can write, like, when you want it to happen, but if you want it to happen, it happens within 40 seconds of writing the name. And if you want it to be sooner than that, you have to, like, specify it.
Something.
And basically, Light, he's not a bad dude, at least at the start. I don't know where the series goes. And he starts off by just writing, he tests it by writing the name of a criminal in a hostage situation, because he's seen him on the news. So he's seen the face, he knows the person. And he does that for, like, a while. He's just like, he tested, that person dies of a heart attack, the hostages are freed, and he tries again on another criminal, they die, it's a heart attack. And then, like, the police, over the course of a little bit there, the first couple episodes, police start, like, realizing that, like, all of a sudden, like, 50 criminals have all died from heart attacks.
Yeah.
And then they start, like, piecing it together, and, like, so they think, like, somehow somebody's somehow doing this to these people. And there's this whole interesting debate, and this is what I found interesting about the show is, like, yeah, these are bad guys dying, but they're still being killed somehow. They don't understand how this is happening, but all of a sudden all these different criminals wouldn't just have heart attacks when they're not of age where they should. And, like, one cop's like, well, who cares? They're bad guys, and that's a really interesting, like, Twilight Zone-esque setup. There's a lot of other, like, things that you would never find in, like, a lot of other elements to the show that you wouldn't find in something like that. And it reminded me a movie that is overall not that successful, in my opinion. Richard Kelly's The Box, where it was a sort of similar thing where if Cameron Diaz's movie, if she opens the box,
you press the button.
Yeah, you press, right. Somebody will die,
but you get
$1 million.
Yeah, somebody in the world, you don't know who.
So you don't know who it is. Somebody will die, and then it's like the repercussions of what that does to you. Knowing that you killed somebody, even though you don't know who it is or anything like that. But, and it's the same thing. I'm assuming the series eventually goes to a point where it gets out of hand or something. I don't want you to spoil it.
Did you end up watching more than the 4 episodes, or did you just watch the first 4
just
episodes?
4.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did they introduce Elle during that? Or
yes.
No? Okay.
Yeah. I mean, it's a really interesting concept, and, like, they're making a movie out of this that. How does that work?
I don't know. They made 2 Japanese live action
I
films.
don't remember when those were, like, Fathom events.
I haven't seen either of those. I don't know how they are, what they do. But there's a lot here to make a film. Like, just to put it in a single movie.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't know.
How do you make that? Are they assuming it's going to be a hit?
I mean, I could see... I don't want to spoil anything. I could see them cutting out the last arc of the series. And if you do watch, I'd be curious to hear what you think, because I would talk to you about it. But I could see them cutting that out and just sort of streamlining it and making it a much more compact story.
Yeah, so I know that movie's going to star the kid from Paper Towns. Somebody else was cast. I don't remember. But
I don't know how they're going to do
I don't know how it works.
The
like
shimmy, the demons.
And are they going to have the budget for that? Like, it is. I mean, I really did find it interesting, and maybe I'll finish this one, but I don't see like I said, I don't see myself drastically more than I have in the past, making time to then watch Cowboy Bebop and then watch
Sure.
this and then watch.
Well, you were saying this. I would at some point maybe I'd give you like Cowboy Bebop, but I wouldn't like. Here's one. Like there's animes I know I would be like, because I'm 400 episodes into One Piece. There's 700 episodes that I'm not going to say, hey, go watch the first 4 episodes of One Piece. If I were to give you an anime, it's like, here's a 20 episode anime. Here's the first 4 episodes of it, something like that. But yeah, I know you didn't really watch much of it, and I don't watch as much TV as you do. So for me, that sort of fits into my TV
that makes
time.
sense. Yeah.
Because I watch only a few select.
But I like the art style. That's something I've always, I watch a lot of American cartoons. And one thing I've always really appreciated about Asian, anime, whether it's Japanese or whatever, they put so much more detail into their art.
Yeah.
And I've always appreciated that. I mean, it's definitely a good story. I would recommend it to people. I'm sure a lot of people, and I think it is accessible, maybe more so than some of the things I've seen episodes here or there of, to your general person. Like,
yeah, it's kind of a straightforward. Like it's not too far
some
out
of that
there.
stuff, some of the Asian influence stuff is like not for everyone.
Yeah.
I think that the story I could see also why American.
Yeah, like it fits into kind of a very good like crime thriller drama. Something.
That basic concept of just what would you do if you had that ability to just start taking people out, like, there are probably some good things you could do with that, but would you?
Yeah.
Yeah, so not a bad choice.
Cool.
Yeah, I was happy that, I took the time to watch those.
Glad you liked it.
Yeah, cool. So, now's the point where we give each other.
Yeah.
So.
You want to give me mine or do you want me to
Alright, I'll give you yours.
Okay.
So we sort of discussed this a little bit before. I had to make sure you hadn't seen it, but a documentary came out last year from, I can't think of his name right now to save my life, but the director of Hoop Dreams.
Okay.
The great basketball director. He made a bunch of stuff, but he did a documentary about the life of Roger Ebert called Life Itself. And this is streaming on Netflix. Ebert, of course, probably the most famous film critic of all time. I'm sure you are a fan of his.
Yeah, I mean, I wanted to see it when it came out. It's one of those things that I just never got around to seeing it.
Cool. So if Ebert, I think it'll be interesting to hear what you thought about it, but I think if Ebert ever meant anything to you, you'll find it a very interesting watch. And you are giving me...
I'm going to give you another series. Okay. It's not going to be an anime. It's on Netflix. A British series called The IT Crowd.
Sweet.
So I'll do the same things. They're like 20 minutes each, the first 4 episodes.
Richard Iotti, isn't it?
Yes. Him and... I can't think of his name. He was in This Is 40. And
right. Yeah. Chris O'Dowd.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I've wanted to watch that. I remember the first time that I really noticed Chris O'Dowd was in Bridesmaids.
That's right.
Was the love interest, and I was like, who is that guy? I liked him. And I wanted to watch it since that, and then like everybody was like, oh, Richard Iotti is hilarious, and then the only thing I've ever seen him in was The Watch, and I thought that was a fucking terrible movie. And so then when like they were like, oh, he's gonna steal the show and he's gonna be a huge star after The Watch because he's in the IT Crowd, and I had a bunch of friends tell me that, and I saw that and I was like, put it aside because I was like, he's not funny.
The Watch is...
It's a bad movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm excited. So watch how many of it?
I'd say the first... first 4, it kind of lines up with...
Alright, cool. I'll have no problem doing that. It is something that I want to watch.
It's 24 episodes, I think, total. I think it's 6 episodes per season. 4 seasons. There's a Christmas special, too. I think. There's some kind of special. I don't know if it's on Netflix yet or not, though.
Speaking of the Christmas, we'll talk about it later.
Okay.
Anyway, so I'm going to watch the IT Crowd, you're going to watch Life Itself, and you guys can watch both of those to follow along next week. But we have to pitch it.
You do.
We have
You're pitching something to me, right?
Yeah.
What are you pitching me?
Alright, so you gave me the title. Basically the way this works, you give me a title and a genre.
Yep.
And I create a movie based on it.
Or anything. It can be a movie, game, TV show, anything.
Sure. We've only done movies so far. It'd be interesting to see when we start breaking out for that. You gave me Below the Surface. And you said it would be a comedy.
Yep.
And I remember if you go back and watch that episode, the second you said that, my mind started working. And you said Below the Surface and comedy, and at first I was thinking like, how can Below the Surface be like a throwback to like teen sex comedy? like Porky's or something like that. Like, I don't know, something about Below. Anything Below in comedy, and then you got Blow, and but I ended up not going there.
Okay.
That's what I was working on at first. Then I started thinking of like Below the Surface. So when I think of the surface, I think about the ocean. And like what's below the surface comedy. And one of my favorite comedies of the past decade is Pineapple Express.
Okay.
That movie I just find hilarious. I can watch it over and over again. I'm not somebody who smokes at all. Like, it's not that. I love the chemistry between Seth Rogen and James Franco in that movie. And I love what David Gordon Green, the director, did with that. Like, his departure from... He was a serious filmmaker.
Yeah.
It's a guy that Terrence Malick once, like, took under his wing. And he made Pineapple Express. And then he made a couple other comedies after that. And he never... Like, they didn't... He made The Sitter, which is terrible, and then he made Your Highness, which I was so excited by the concept of that. Like, about Your Highness, if you don't know, it's a movie about, it's like
medieval
Franco and Danny McBride, and it's medieval, and it's like supposed to be a throwback to like 80s, medieval movies, and it's not good.
Yeah.
But what I thought about is, well, what if these guys got back together? David Gordon Green, Seth Rogen, James Franco. These are my director, and my actors. Okay. And it was them going beneath the surface in a comedy and finding Atlantis. And a comedy down there. And they find Atlantis, they find these people who don't know anything about our times. And so you have all these pop culture references they throw at them. You can show them like movies like Back to the Future and all the things that they think is cool, which is very much in the line of like Rogen. Like, they make a lot of pop culture references. And just kind of like, they have the opportunity to show this entire civilization that has advanced technology, which could lead into some hijinks, but also like show them what they think they should know about us.
Yeah.
And I think that could be funny. And then I also thought, like, of course they could throw in, because they always have like drug humor in their stuff. Like the Atlanteans have created like this like new type of drug that we don't even know about, and a lot of hijinks that I could see.
Yeah.
Because I would like to see David Gordon Green actually fulfill the promise of what I hoped Your Highness would be, and I think that like a big Atlantis movie could be that. So it's a comedy below the surface with those guys going to Atlantis. I'm in. You're in?
I green like that.
Alright, cool.
I kind of like the idea of just like them finding Atlantis. It's a civilized, advanced thing, and they're like just shove our pop culture down their throat to the point where the civilization just crumbles.
It's
and,
always funny, right? When like the super serious, advanced technology, like people. I think about when you said that, like I think about Bill and Ted going to the future, and like all those guys, but then like they're all like straight faced like future people, and they're like doing the thing with them, like it's so funny, and I could see it being that.
Yeah, I'm in.
You're in?
Yeah.
All right, so that's good.
Okay.
Happy to hear. I thought you'd like that, and that's just where my mind went on it. I'm giving you just the title, and I want you to do with whatever you want.
Every week you keep breaking a rule. I don't like this. You're just
I'm
a rebel.
I'm opening up to creativity. And your title is, and it'll be, see if you understood where I got it from.
Okay.
A15.
Just A15.
A15. That's the title. You do with that what you want.
Okay.
The sky is the limit for you on this one.
I hate you so much.
So you're back in 2 weeks. You're going to pitch us A15. It's not A15. It's A15.
A15. Okay.
Whatever you want to do with it.
Okay.
It just sounded like a cool title to me. So
is this supposed to be a reference to something? God, I hate you.
So that's what we have there.
Okay.
So that was stream it.
Yeah, stream it, pitch it,
and play it. I'm still I played a good deal of Last of Us in the past couple of days, but again I'm trying to fit in Death Note and this and that, catching up on my shows and seeing all these movies, and
first world
lot
problems.
of stuff. And here you are like almost done with Fallout, but
I'm getting there. I'm working on it.
All right. So anyway, let us know again. What did you think of Below the Surface? Would you see that movie?
Yeah.
Are you gonna watch? have you seen Election and Death Note?
Or
What
Life
do you
Itself,
do? Life Itself,
or IT Crowd, or
IT Crowd. Let us know about all that in the comics. Did you find Santa this week?
Yeah.
Have you found him yet?
There's a hidden Santa. Let us know. Let us know where he is.
Yeah.
We'll give you a high five. We'll poke you. We'll like you. Can you throw things? Can you still throw things at people on Facebook? Can you still throw sheep and like weird shit like that? Is that a
Was
thing?
that a thing ever?
I think so.
What are you talking about? Throwing sheep?
I think there was like a throw. Maybe it was my. I don't know. There was some
Comment
kind of.
if you know what he's talking about. What are you talking about? Throwing sheep?
There was some kind of throwing.
You had a dream once.
I did not have a dream.
No. Sheep book.
You threw things at people.
I don't know if you threw sheep at people on Facebook. All right, all of that. Let us know. You can comment on Twitter about that. I'm Matt Stonks.
I'm at Rich Belson. The channel's on Twitter at @beer_official. That was the thing. I'm telling you. We're on Facebook at facebook.com/overbeer, where I'm pretty sure you used to be able to throw sheep at people as well as poke them. But you can't poke people or throw sheep at them. YouTube. No. And we're also on YouTube. But I don't have a custom URL YouTube for you yet.
I have videos of sheep being thrown.
You could probably find this. This is the thing. I'm going to find it.
Okay.
And if you know what we're talking about, please comment below. And if you like these videos, share them with your friends and subscribe to our channel. Because we need 100 subscribers to give you a custom YouTube URL. Mm-hmm. And if whoever is our 100th subscriber, maybe we'll throw a virtual sheep at you. Sheep? Yeah. Virtual sheep. Sheeps? Whatever. That's it.
Happened?
This show's gone off the rail. But yeah, we're done for this week. Right. We'll see you guys next time.
Later.
I'm telling you, that's the thing.
I don't know what the hell you're talking about. We're not Spanish.